Hi there, it's Jen from ModernMedicineLady.com and the Empathic Woman System. And the word of the day is defense. And I'm choosing this word because I have noticed, unfortunately, more times than I care to mention, that there are times when my default is to go on the defense. And it happens a lot when I am either feeling fearful for some reason because I'm stretching and I'm growing and I'm going outside of my comfort zone, or because I am feeling tired and depleted, or because I'm already really overstimulated and I have sort of hit my wall. And what happens is, instead of being able to articulate what's going on and to take time to ask for what I need, a lot of times I'll notice that I will go on the defense, and that I will be more likely to assume that I'm not going to get what I need. So then I will basically just start making all these stories in my head, which I then need to prepare for, and then I need to defend myself on. Except that the thing is that this is such a challenging way to enter into relationship, and such a challenging way to enter into a dialogue, because when I go into that defensive place, automatically it sets the other person up to often to be on the offense, because it's that balance of, if I'm going to be all defensive, then chances are the other person is going to respond to that from the place of being like, well, why is she acting this way? And so what I find again and again is that when I can check myself, when I can recognize that this behavior is coming up, that I'm imagining that I need to protect myself, that I'm imagining that I'm going to be getting a certain response, there's a couple things that have worked really well for me. One thing is to actually just get a reality check and to go, I'm imagining that X, you're feeling blah, 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 or you're thinking this, or this is going on. Is that actually accurate? So that's one thing that I will do. And a lot of times I learn that my assumptions and my defensiveness are unfounded. On rare occasion, they actually are founded. But most of the time, I discover that it's more about the way I'm framing things or perceiving things than the reality of the situation. And so that's one way that I handle it. And the other way that I handle it is just from that place of mindfulness, and trying to bring myself back to a place of vulnerability, and just being present with whatever it is that I'm feeling and owning it, as opposed to going into that place of defensiveness automatically. Now, sometimes for me, that means backpedaling, and sometimes it means backpedaling after the fact and apologizing. But it is about recognition. This is such a journey of mindfulness and of being able to recognize behavior and recognize when I'm doing something that doesn't serve me, and particularly when I'm doing something that doesn't serve my relationships. So I guess my question to you right now is, have you ever noticed yourself just immediately going on the defensive, not necessarily for a logical or rational reason, but sort of going on the preemptive defensive? And how's that working for you? I can tell you it doesn't really work super well for me. And what would the alternative possibilities be? What might be another way of handling this or approaching this, if this is something that you can relate to?